Merry Christmas and welcome to the Christmas edition of HSAIR, Homeschool Alumni's Internet Radio. I'm your host, Emilie C. In this edition of HSAIR, along with our regular news update with Camden Spiller, we have Christmas quotes, a Christmas homeschool graduate story, and a special dramatic tribute to the role of HSA in all of our lives. So let's begin with a quote brought to you by Ryan Bruce.
To celebrate the heart of Christmas is to forget ourselves in the service of others. Henry C. Link. Homeschoolers throughout history have served their world greatly through their various contributions. Here is a look at some of those homeschool graduates.
Hello HSA, this is your friendly neighborhood Johnny. Wolfgang Mozart died December 5th, 1791 in Vienna, Austria. He was only 35 years old. He had become suddenly ill in the fall, and his decline was so rapid it led some to falsely believe he was poisoned. Although his life was short, he created over 600 musical compositions and is today widely considered to be one of the best composers to have ever lived. George Washington, our first president and the father of America, died at his home, Mount Vernon in Virginia, on December 14, 1799. After 3 years of experimentations and failures, Wilbur and Orville Wright created the first powered controlled airplane. On December 17, 1903, they completed 4 flights near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, with the longest flight lasting about 1 minute. American nurse Clara Barton was born Christmas Day, 1821, in Oxford, Massachusetts. She served as a battlefield nurse during the Civil War and founded the American Red Cross in 1881. Well, that about wraps up your December edition of This Month in Homeschooler History, brought to you by the History Place and HSAIR.
This is Christmas, not the tinsel, not the giving and receiving, not even the carols, but the humble heart that receives anew the wondrous gift, the Christ. Frank McGibbon.
One of our fellow HSA members recorded a song about this wondrous gift. Here is Miss Bethany Thrower with Simeon's Lullebye by Wendy Hofhiemer.
Oh, my Lord, sleeping in your mother's arms, this little one, your mother is keeping you covered and warm. Come, let me hold him, oh bless you, Lord. I will depart in peace. My eyes have finally seen thy salvation, the glory of Israel, the light of the nations. In this little one, salvation has come. In this little one.
Many of you have probably noticed some changes on HSA. I called Camden to get an update on what he and Riley are doing.
I'm here with Camden Spiller, and he's going to tell us a little about the latest news and updates around HSA. So how are you doing, Camden? How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. Thanksgiving was great. Got to get home, spend almost a full week in Missouri.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, everybody made it home, and we had a great time. Mom organized this this work day at the end of it, so we all got out in the yard and raked leaves and had a bonfire and played in the leaves, of course. So it was
fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So, yeah. Now I understand you're in Texas right now.
Yeah, I'm in Central Texas. I'm here for work, and I'll be here for about a week or so. So it's neat. It's a little bit warmer down here, so that's nice. But I am looking forward to getting back to the Carolinas, and I guess the first week, into the first week in December, something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about all your travel is that you're using the Shop for HSA system with your airline tickets to, like,
Exactly.
one man funding of HSA, right?
Well, really, a lot of people have been using it. It's kind of cool. I checked in on it last week, and I think in the last 5 or 6 weeks we'd had like $65-$70 or something that had come in from it. And it's and really that was before we had the link up at the top and then the link over at the side on the main forums page. So that was really before we'd made much of a push to help people remember. And I know, like Riley was telling me the other day, he bought like $200 worth of stuff on eBay and totally forgot about it. So he was just kicking himself. And
no.
Even if Riley's forgetting about it, if I'm forgetting about it, it's not, it's too hidden. So I think we've brought it to the forefront. And yeah, especially, gosh, the travel things. That's a good way to do it, because like for my airline tickets and my rental cars, it's like $5, $5 back to HSA every time.
Well,
so.
It's perfect for you because you fly every 3 days. So
well, almost, it seems like, gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's great, and I'm kind of excited that that's a way we can support HSA without having anything come out of our own pockets. So
right, and I'm so glad it's launched just before Christmas this way.
Yeah. I mean, really, this could, I think with as much as we all shop online, I think it could become a, really strong support for HSA. And it's Amazon.com is like, I think eBay I guess it's eBay first and then Amazon and I think then iTunes is next. Those are kind of the popular ones the most popular ones that have been used. So, but there's several dozen different affiliates in there, and there's more being added. So, there's a lot of different places you can shop that will, kick back a little bit to HSA.
And it has its own manager now, right?
Yeah. Emerson took over just over the week of Thanksgiving. We got a chance to sit down and look through, how you work with the different retailers and everything. And he's taken that on, and in the few days he's added I think he's doubled the size of the retailers that are involved. Yeah,
excellent.
That's pretty neat.
Well, speaking of shopping, how is the HSA store coming along?
Oh yeah, it's coming along well, actually. This is the HSA store where we're going to have different things you can purchase to support HSA, and also to just kind of to have some I don't know, just to have a little bit of HSA in the real world, I guess. It's going to be there's going to be shirts and Of course, bumper stickers and mouse pads. Some of the different things we've talked about for a while, but kind of haven't had a chance to really get going. We're finally pulling that together, and we're hoping just after sometime in the month of January to be able to launch that.
Oh, so, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
I'm kind of excited about that. You know, I always wish I had like HSA bumper stickers or you know things like that, and so.
Well, I'm looking forward to my mouse pad. So I'm definitely getting one of those.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you know, a couple of months ago, you mentioned a potential update on the blogging system. Is there any word on that?
Yes. Actually, we have been working on that quite a bit. And really, you know, the blogging system we've got now is functional. It kind of gets the job done. But I've been looking at a lot of these other systems like Blogger and WordPress and Zynga and, you know, all the other ones that are out there. And we would really like to take HSA's blogging system, up a level. It needs to, you know, we'd like it to be out there and competitive with any of the, you know, the feature sets that those other systems have. We've been looking at WordPress for a while, and WordPress, some of you guys, if you're hardcore bloggers, you may be familiar with the feature set there, but we're integrating a WordPress implementation and doing some add-ons and some customizations that will tie it into the HSA systems and give us some more functionality as well. So that's coming along. We're going to try and pilot that with some of the featured blogs like the HSAIR blog, the regular Homeschool alumni blog, the alumni spotlight blog, some of those other ones, and just really, you know, make sure we can work out some kinks. But I'm really excited about this because these are going to look really nice. You can customize them, and there's just a lot of flexibility.
More features.
A lot of opportunity for creativity. Whereas, you know, right now you can change the background color and, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's really going to take it up a notch. So I'm excited about that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, one aspect of HSA that I think is really neat is the business and job directories. Are there any updates in those areas?
Yeah, actually there are. The business directory is continuing to grow. And I think that's really just kind of a factor of our community being heavily populated by a lot of entrepreneurial-minded individuals. You know, we've got a lot of small businesses, a lot of family businesses, but a lot of just individuals that are, entrepreneurial-minded and out there and getting things started, are very active in the business community. The business directory is growing, and we're actually looking for somebody to manage that and to help manage the listings within that. It's basically a process of taking the applications that come in, reviewing them, and making sure they, you know, fit in the right categories, and that it's, the businesses are going to be listed properly in the directory.
Right.
We kind of need somebody to take that on. It's not really a big task, but it's just, you know, another thing that we could use some help with. And so if there's anybody out there that feels like this is an area that would be interested in helping out with, if they could just drop me a note at my personal profile or at the administrator profile, and we'd love to have some help on that. So that's coming along. The job network we're still working on. We're working some kinks out, trying to get it off the ground, but we really want to see what more we can do to help small businesses and help support and encourage entrepreneurs within the community. Mm-hmm. So we kind of like to put it out there to the community and just ask, if you have a small business, what could Homeschool Alumni be doing to help you? What more, how can we help? That's supporting and encouraging homeschool graduates is really what we're all about. So. What more can we do to
right? You're looking for ideas.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we've got a lot of creative people, and I think we can just kind of put our heads together and just see in the coming year, what can Homeschool Alumni be doing to better support entrepreneurism in homeschool graduates. So that's kind of the question out there.
Yeah, that would be really neat to see, just the network coming together and supporting each other in this area, just like they have in so many other areas. It's been so encouraging to see.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Well, to close up, Camden, why don't you touch on the 2008 national reunion plans?
I'd love to. The reunion committee is coming together, and we're having weekly conference calls. We're trying to get a lot of the details worked out. Of course, the main thing right now is trying to finalize dates and location, that's what we're working hardest at right now.
Right.
We hope to. We've hoped to be able to announce a date and location in January. So this is that's what we're shooting for, and you know we're still looking for help. There's I think the actually announcement went up a couple weeks ago, just kind of letting everyone know what we're looking for in a facility. There's some criteria out there. And you know, again, if anybody has suggestions, ideas, let's keep those coming in, because we're still very much it's very much an active search still. So
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
it's coming together. But it's kind of tentatively, we are still looking in the last part of July 2008.
Right.
So yeah.
Wow. It's neat to see this starting to form.
Yeah, it really is. I was just this week looking through pictures from last year, and even seeing some pictures people put up on their profiles and stuff of the reunion last year. It's hard to believe it's already summer's gone, winter's here, and
I know.
it seems like it's I don't know, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But
That was such a great event.
yeah, it really
was amazing,
was
unforgettable.
It really was. Yeah.
Even better than the first one, and I didn't think that could be topped.
It was a good time. So good to see everybody.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for all the updates, Camden, and
Yeah, thank you,
it was
Emily.
great talking to you.
All right, have a great week.
Christmas is the gentlest, loveliest festival of the revolving year, and yet, for all that, when it speaks, its voice has strong authority. W.J. Cameron.
One of the people who helped give Christmas such a voice was a homeschooled musician. Whether or not you recognize his name, you probably know some of the songs he wrote. Here is Pamela Van Vleet with his story.
This edition of HSAIR spotlights a homeschool graduate named Irving, born the youngest of 8 children in Siberia, 1888. His family joined the wave of Russian Jewish immigrants who flocked to New York, and Irving grew up in the poverty-stricken Lower East Side tenements. Irving's father gave Hebrew lessons to his sons and the neighborhood boys, and also served as choir master for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Irving later recalled, "I used to sing in a choir with my father, and made my first public appearance when I was 10 years old. I suppose it was singing with my father that gave me my musical background." Irving achieved a 3rd grade level public school education, during which his teacher described him as a pupil who just dreams and sings to himself. At 13, he left school and took to the streets, singing for pennies. For the next several years, he worked varying theatrical jobs, a chorus boy, singing waiter, vaudeville stooge, and eventually a song plugger, one who introduced new songs to stores by singing them. At age 19, Irving wrote the lyrics for his first song, Marie from Sunny Italy. 4 years later, his song Alexander's Ragtime Band became an instant worldwide success. Over his long and popular career, he registered 899 songs for copyright. More than half, 451, became hits, and 282 of these reached the top 10. 35 of those songs became the #1 most popular song of their day. His songs have transcended their own era of popularity and have become standards, a timeless part of our musical heritage. One such beloved song was White Christmas, an interesting accomplishment for a Jewish immigrant. Irving said, "I was a little Russian-born kid, son of an Orthodox rabbi living on the Lower East Side of New York City. I did not have a Christmas. I bounded across the street to my friendly neighbors, the O'Haras, and shared their goodies. Not only that, this was my first sight of a Christmas tree. The O'Haras were very poor, and later, as I grew used to their annual tree, I realized they had to buy one with broken branches and small height. But to me, that first tree seemed to tower to heaven." Irving later married outside the Jewish community, and winter 1940 found him separated from his family, who had gone to visit family for Christmas. When Irving wrote the melancholy and ever so popular tune for White Christmas, it was picked up and sung by Bing Crosby and continues to be an enduring American classic to this day. This homeschool graduate, though lacking in formal education, gained the love of the American people and the acclaim of his contemporaries. George Gershwin said that Irving Berlin was the greatest American song composer. Cole Porter said that he was the greatest songwriter of all time. Jerome Kern said, Irving Berlin has no place in American music. Irving Berlin is American music.
The best of all gifts around any Christmas tree, the presence of a happy family all wrapped up in each other. Burton Hills.
Many of us on HSA do see our community here as a family. Eric Van Vleet and Jared Poch have teamed up to produce a dramatic presentation in honor of HSA. So let's listen as the curtain rises on It's a Wonderful Forum.
Tonight, we bring you the story of a typical HSAIR. Might be you, might be me. It's the story of Eric V.V., member of HSA. Our story begins with a phone conversation between Jared and Camden.
Hello?
You called for me, Camden?
Yes, Jared. There's a very discouraged HSAer out there tonight. His name is Eric V.V., and at exactly 5:31 p.m. Eastern Time, he's going to be seriously thinking about throwing away his very greatest gift.
His life?
No, Jared, his HSA membership.
That's horrible.
Yes, it is, and you're going to help him.
You're going to send me to Michigan?
That's right.
If I help him, do you think that maybe you could, think about putting me on the Neighborhood Watch response team?
Yes, Jared, if you are successful, then I think you will have earned your response team membership. But first, you have to help him. Let's take a look at what's brought Eric to this point.
I'm bored. I guess I'll get on HSA and see what's going on. Ugh, round table. I haven't looked in there for weeks because all the senseless fighting that goes on in there. Oh well, maybe it's changed since I last looked. What? An 18-page thread about whether it's biblical or not for men to wear open-toed shoes? And another about why bald men are evil? This is unbelievable. Of all the senseless, stupid... I'm going to start a topic about why all these threads are just causing division. They need to stop.
So, did he post the topic?
Yes, he did, Jared. And when he did, things got much worse. He fought in that topic for days, defending his argument, and seemed not to be making any progress. Just a few moments ago, he received a private message, and he's reading it right now, as we speak. This is where you come in, Jared. You see, it's a very cruel message, in which one of the members flames him horribly.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, this message is going to be enough to tip him over the breaking point. Now you have to go in and convince him not to make a decision he will forever regret.
I'll do my best, sir.
I know you will, Jared, and for Eric's sake, I hope you succeed.
Oh man, I can't believe someone would actually say something like that. I don't know why I'm even bothering with this stupid forum anymore. No one ever listens to what I'm saying. I don't think I'll ever change these people's minds. Maybe I should just get rid of my profile and stop getting onto HSA altogether.
Hey, Eric, what's up?
Hey, not much. Whoa, wait a second. Who are you?
I'm the answer to your prayer.
You don't look like a cute homeschooled girl.
Don't you recognize me? We've been mountain climbing together.
Oh, Jared. Where'd you come from, and how'd you get into my room?
Camden emailed me here.
Wait, what did you just say?
Through the window?
That's kind of creepy.
Well, yeah, you know me.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen this topic? It's so ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. I think I'm going to get off HSA.
You don't want to do that. That's a terrible thing to say.
I'm just getting sick of all this fighting and bickering. Yeah. I wish HSA had never even been created.
You don't know what you're saying, Eric.
Yes, I do. These forums are full of nothing but a bunch of whiners and complainers anymore. I'm completely serious about what I said. I wish HSA had never been created.
Fine then. Your wish has been granted.
That was weird. What did you just do?
Your wish. HSA doesn't exist anymore. It never did.
Real funny, Jared. So you're meaning to tell me that I can't just go into my bookmarks and click on the HSA button and... Wait, where is it? Oh, it's no problem. I'll just type it in manually then.
You're not gonna find anything.
I won't, huh? Well, what about this? Server not found? What is this?
I told you, HSA doesn't exist.
Hey, what about my signature book from the reunion? That's hard evidence. I keep it right here on my desk. You can't just delete that off a computer. Wait, it's in here someplace. It has to be.
Not in there either.
Okay, this is too weird. I need to call somebody.
Okay, whatever. It's not gonna help. Hey, can I eat some of these Cheez-Its while you waste your time?
Whatever.
Thanks.
Josh isn't answering his phone. I guess I'll call Pamela's phone. Maybe he's with her.
Hello?
Hey Pamela, is Josh with you?
Who?
Josh?
Josh who?
My brother? Your husband?
You must have the wrong number. I'm not married.
You know, Josh, you met through HSA. You were both married in September. Don't you remember?
I have no clue who Josh is or even what HSA is. You have a wrong number. Now don't call back.
Okay, what's going on here?
How many times do I have to tell you? HSA doesn't exist anymore.
This has to be some kind of big joke. I know what I'll do. I'll go ask Amber what's going on. She'll tell me what you people are up to. Hey Amber, are you in on this big HSA joke everybody's pulling on me?
HS what?
Whatever, just spill it.
You're crazy. Hey, I was coming to show you this newspaper. It's another homeschooler. I didn't know there were any others.
What's this? Why is Allison Fuchsia on the front of the paper? Huh? The youngest self-made billionaire in the world, Allison Fuchs, claims that she owes her brilliant success to her motto, "Don't waste time on the stupid internet." What? This doesn't make any sense. Amber, do you know what Josh is doing? Why isn't he answering his phone?
Eric,
What?
Josh is dead.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember the circus elephant and the... Oh, what's the matter with you?
Oh, what was that all about?
Without his favorite non-paying hobby, your dear brother suffered from such severe boredom that he ran away and joined a small circus, on the very day that he should have been making his very first phone call to Pamela. A few days later, he got sat on by a large elephant.
That can't be true.
HSA has affected more people than you think, Eric. Here, I'm going to do something really cool. Check this out, you're going to love it. Well, okay, it'd be cooler if you had a Mac, but you're still going to love it. Okay.
What are you doing to my computer?
I'm going to show you your greatest wish. A world without HSA. Isn't that rockin'?
It's a wedding. Isn't that Andrew Platt?
Nope, it's Brian. Because HSA never existed, Andrew never got married. Brian got hitched first, and Andrew was so full of despair and jealousy that he left home and is now a hopeless street bum in downtown Seattle. Now this is Jim K. On a day when he should have been reading the forums, he was reading a newspaper instead. In that newspaper, he saw that they needed a mall Santa for a charity event, so he decided to try it out. He was natural.
Oh, that's cute. That beard looks totally fake.
Yeah, that's what this little boy thought too. He pulled on the beard, and when it came off, he freaked out, jumped off his lap, and fell and hurt himself. Well, the parents of that little boy sued Mr. K for all he was worth. He lost everything that he owns and doesn't have a penny to his name.
Little brat.
Yep. And then there's Dan Hudlow. Get this one. Instead of spending all his spare time chatting with people that he met on HSA, he spent it honing his computer hacking skills. He got so good he tried to hack into NSA's database. He would have done it too, if they hadn't burst into his house and arrested him. He is now serving a life sentence in federal prison.
A life sentence? That's horrible.
Even worse, check out the person in the cell next to him.
Is that Erica?
Yep, money laundering. Weird, huh? The craziest part is they don't even know each other. Ironic, isn't it?
Oh man, this is a nightmare.
That's just the beginning, friend. Look with me into the dark, misty future of a world without HSA.
Why is everything so dark and gray? And why is there so much pollution?
Because that's always what happens in scary alternate futures. Anyway, look at this dark, horrid, HSA-less world. Homeschoolers without a means of communicating with each other begin to drift farther and farther apart, retreating ever deeper into seclusion. See the young people kept huddled in dark, isolated basements their entire lives, afraid to even speak to another human being. Look at the many highly educated but totally unorganized and clueless homeschool graduates being sidelined by their well-connected public school rivals. Look with horror as the government rises up to take away the freedoms of future generations, and the only people who can foresee the calamity, the homeschoolers, are powerless to stop it, their influence stunted by a devastating lack of experience in the universe of opposing worldviews.
Wow, that's terrible. Please don't show me anymore.
Now do you see why the world needs HSA?
Yes. If only I'd never made that wish. Please, Jared, just change everything back. Jared? Jared, where'd you go? I want HSA again. I want it back.
Eric? Why are you yelling?
Amber, you're not crying.
Why would I be crying?
Because of Josh. You know, the elephant?
What are you talking about? Josh is down in Arkansas with Pamela. What's this about an elephant?
You mean he's not dead?
He was alive the last time I checked.
And Allison? And Dan? The Pletts. What about them?
What about them?
You know who they all are, right?
Of course. Are you alright, Eric?
I'm better than alright. I'm great. Where's my computer? Hey, my HSA bookmark. It's back. And my signature book. Wait a second. I don't remember that signature. I can't read it either. Oh wait, it's from Jared. He wasn't at the reunion. What does this thing say? Hey Eric, hope you have a great Christmas.
And thanks for helping me earn response team status. Your pal, Jared.
No problem, Jared, old buddy. Have fun out there on HSA.
This has been a production of It's a Wonderful Forum, written and produced by Eric Van Vleet and Jared Poch, with special guests Camden Spiller, Pamela Van Vleet, and Amber Van Vleet, and I'm Zach Lawrence. A very special thanks to all those people whose names we use in this skit for being such good sports about it. Hopefully. Thanks for listening, and from all of us here at HSAIR, have a Merry Christmas.
The Church does not superstitiously observe days, merely as days, but as memorials of important facts. Christmas might be kept as well upon one day of the year as another, but there should be a stated day for commemorating the birth of our Savior, because there is danger that what may be done on any day will be neglected. Samuel Johnson.
Why do we celebrate Christmas? Well, let's listen to Bethany Thrower as she gives her answer to that question in her original composition, There's a Reason.
When you think about the Christ child that was born upon this day, and you ponder what the reasons were to have him born this way, and you think think that there's a meanness to have been born in just a stall? Did you ever think God had a reason for it all? Did you ever think it wasn't right to tell the shepherds first? Wonder why God didn't tell those superior by birth. What was the reason for him to be born a poor man's son, and have him scorned and ridiculed till his earthly life was done? Well, there's a reason for it all, and the message, it is true, that when God came down as a little boy, he did it just for you. And the greatest gift God ever gave, he gave on Christmas Day. Jesus came to blot out all the debts you'd have to pay. And there's a reason. Christmas is the time to give gifts to those you love. God himself loved you so much that he sent one from above. All you have to do is receive the gift he gave. And from all your doubts and fears, Jesus, he will save. And that's the reason for it all. And the message, it is true, that when God came down as a little boy, he did it just for you. And the greatest gift God ever gave, he gave on Christmas Day. Jesus came to blot out all the debts you'd have to pay. That's the reason. That's the reason. And that's the reason.
That brings us to a close for this edition of HSAIR. All the staff here had originally wanted to sing a joint rendition of We Wish You a Merry Christmas, but with all of us trying to record our parts separately and splice them together, let's just say that the final outcome was a joyful noise.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings.
So instead, I'd like to represent all of HSAIR's staff in wishing you and your family a Christmas full of joy and full of wonder at God's greatest gift to us, a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Hi, everybody. I feel honored to be this month's HSA Mystery Guest. Please go to the foyer and cast your vote as to who you think I am. Then hang around to hear my real identity unveiled. Thanks for listening to this month's edition of HSAIR. See you around HSA.